Hi, welcome to Using the Builder Pattern for Object Creation. In this section, we are going to discuss dealing with complex objects, which are objects with many properties that need to be set upon creation of the object. Building complex objects efficiently. How does the builder pattern solve our problem? The builder pattern with Kotlin. Here, we'll build it the classical way, and we'll build it using Kotlin's optimizations. Dealing with complex objects. In this video, we are going to discuss creating objects that have a lot of properties, using long constructors with a lot of parameters as a possible solution to that problem, and using short constructors with a lot of setters as an alternative solution to that. POJOs. So what are plain old Java objects? Plain old Java objects. They often have many properties. If you're unfamiliar with POJOs, they are essentially data class, or basically just a class that holds information about a real-life object. So in our situation, our POJO is the outfit class. Because it's an outfit, it's a real-life object and it just holds information. It doesn't actually do anything functional. So here's our outfit class. It has information about the shirt that we have on our class, the hat, the belt, the socks, the jacket, and whatever other accessories that you want to be in our outfit. They are held within the outfit class, and that's why it's a POJO, plain old Java object. So here we have the constructors for the outfit class, both in Java and in Kotlin. As you can see, the first way we can create a constructor for a class that has a lot of variables is to have a lot of parameters in our constructor. That way, when we need to create an outfit, we can simply pass in the accessories that we want. We can pass in the shirt, pants, shoes, shirt, hat, glasses, whatever we want. Now you can see the big problem with this is that there are a lot of parameters. That's a big problem. If we want to add more parameters or more accessories, we need to make the constructor even longer. So some problems with this approach. What if we don't want to pass in a parameter? So going back to the previous slide, what if we don't have a hat or a belt in our outfit? Then what do we do? What if we want some properties to have default values? So what if we want to have a default shirt if the user doesn't want to specify? Let's say we want to have a plain white t-shirt as the default shirt for our outfit, no matter what the scenario is. How do we do that if we have to pass in a t-shirt every time? The constructor is long and lots of parameters are difficult to work with. As I mentioned before, there is a lot of problems with this. It's difficult to work with a lot of parameters. It's difficult to remember which parameter goes where. You might forget that the shirt is the first one and then the pants are the second parameter. You might switch them around accidentally and you start running into errors. Run your code. Now here is the other possibility for dealing with classes that have a lot of variables. The way we would do it is we would have an empty constructor. So you see here class outfit, meaning our constructor is empty. So we would create the outfit, but there would be nothing in it. There would be no shirt, no pants, no shoes, nothing. And then we would use a lot of setters. So we would say outfit.setShirt, outfit.setPants, etc., etc. As you can see in the usage on the right component of the screen. Now, there are problems with this approach as well. The first problem was that, well, what if we don't want to pass in parameters? And that's gone now because if we don't want to pass parameters, we simply don't need to set them. But what if we want to have some properties to have default values? We still can't do that unless we manually go out of our way to create a default object and set it every single time. But that doesn't really make sense because if we have to set it every time, it's not really a default value. The constructor is short, which is good, but there are still a lot of setters to remember, so it's sort of the same as having a long constructor. And the biggest problem is that there is potential to have an incomplete object. Because when you're creating an outfit that's empty with an empty constructor, it means you don't have a shirt, you don't have pants, you don't have shoes, you no belt, etc. So you can potentially have an outfit with nothing in it. And that's problematic for the rest of the code. Because as the business logic goes, you're expecting an outfit to have shirt, pants, shoes, etc. So if you're able to create an object that is empty, that is incomplete, that's not good for the rest of your code. So it's a really big problem and it should be avoided at all costs. There has to be a better way, and there is, with the builder pattern. We'll see a better way to overcome all of these scenarios that are causing us a lot of problems.